and welcome back to Let's Play Shovel Knight. The penultimate video, because then the next video will be the last one, because this is only a 13-parter, but obviously this one happens to be fairly long, because it's 33 minutes. So, get ready, boys. We're going in. So, go ahead.
What did we mention was leading up into this episode again?
Something about theology. It was mainly.
Fear the Lord.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the linguistics of it, I think.
Yeah, does that sound right, James?
Does what sound right?
We need you for this one. You said you wanted to talk about the linguistics thing from what John was talking about, remember?
What was John talking about?
For fear of the Lord or awe of the Lord? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak Aramaic, I don't speak Greek, so I can't claim to be incredibly familiar with the original phrases, but basically that's typical of some other similar phrases, like Ivan the Terrible's one that comes to mind, where the way we translate it, it may originally have had the right connotation for it, but the way English works now, it doesn't. Just where it doesn't necessarily mean, oh Lord, I am terrified of you. It means I am in awe of you. I bow down to your majesty.
Right.
Like the terrible.
I respect you, and that respect makes me quake. I know what you mean.
Basically that, yeah. So I can agree with using a different translation outside of the liturgy and things that have to be officially approved translation-wise.
Yeah.
It's almost, it reminds me of how the word awesome has been completely changed, where awesome used to mean something that inspires you with awe, sort of like the throne of God, but awesome nowadays just means, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So something so cool that it inspires you with awe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I suppose I wouldn't walk into the Sistine Chapel and say, wow, that's awesome. Because, I mean, it does inspire me with awe, but the connotation from awesome is that, it looks cool.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Good church architecture is awesome.
It is. I mean, I know
in every sense of the word.
In the way that society sees the word awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and in the original meaning, it's like you're not being cowed in awe by the works of God, but you're being cowed in awe by what man has done out of love for God.
For God, yeah. I get you.
It's like, I know people give me flack because I don't really like going to chapels or to churches to pray a lot of time. It's like, well, no, I don't go to church to be awed by God's creation. I go to a church to appreciate what man has done for God. If I want to be awed by God's creation, I'll go out into a park or something similar.
See, I could see both, because while obviously I want the natural that God has done, as you said, it's really interesting to me, I guess, to see what man has done for God, and, you know, just out of, like, sheer love for God, so that's kind of why I like both, but I get what you're saying. I was going to say, I think that you mentioned off-camera you wanted to talk about bronies for some reason.
Did I?
Partially. When you, for some reason, keep forgetting that I used to be a brony.
Maybe I'm just trying to block it out.
That's fair. It's been nearly a year, though. That led to a lot of... Yeah, since I've been a brony, yeah.
That's relatively recent.
Yes. That's... A lot of it led to a lot of my addictions, honestly, so I had to quit it. I still enjoy the show, but I can't partake of the community still.
Yeah, the reason I've never really been a brony is the community.
Yeah, and that's the... I don't know if we brought this up before, but it's kind of similar to how Star Trek has Star Trek fans and Trekkies, whereas you'll have regular My Little Pony fans, but you also have bronies that take it way too far. Like, I know that I most certainly did, because, as I said, that happened to have been part of my addiction, so I don't know if, like, anybody really knows this, but I have a pretty bad PMO addiction, but it's gotten better as of late. I think it's been nearly a year since that as well, actually. So that may be TMI, but yeah, it's not a bad thing to talk about either.
I'm guessing you do not want me to bring up the topic of Klopp, then.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can.
I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah, then don't. It's oh my goodness. There are things. It's just sometimes there's things oh, I know why that exists, and I wish it didn't exist. Clopping is one of the things where you don't know why it exists, but everyone can agree that it shouldn't.
I wouldn't have agreed with you about a year and a half ago, but I definitely agree with you now. It's honestly, I'm gonna be a little bit going here. The unfortunate thing is when you start looking at porn at such a young age, it really messes with you awfully bad. Because I was gonna, let me go ahead. I think it was when I was 14 when I first started looking at it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's what most people will do.
Yeah, and it's like when you have such easy access to it, it's unfortunate. I can even remember what the first stuff I even originally looked at. I won't go into that part, but I will also mention how it's unfortunate that it's like I used to subscribe to PlayStation Magazine just because my mom got it for free, and every summer they had a PlayStation, or not PlayStation edition, they had a swimsuit edition of all the female characters that were on Sony consoles. So I think that partially led to it as well, honestly, because it's like when you start to look at one thing, it's that slippery slope. You're like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then this isn't so bad, and then, oh my gosh, what have I done with my life? You eventually realize a lot of the characters in My Little Pony would be like 10 or younger, and if they were real people. So, needless to say, I'm really happy that I grew up.
Yeah.
Did this get too real? I'm sorry.
It's just, I don't know. The community just weirds me out.
Kevin, how old are you again? I forget.
26 as of this moment.
Okay. So not too much older than me.
No.
You're like 24, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll be 21 in July.
Oh yeah, we should.
Dude, awesome.
I still want to go out there for your birthday, but we could wait until after, because obviously you want to spend it with your family.
Oh no, I do nothing for my birthday.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I would say the 21st isn't a family time birthday. Unless you have a family like mine.
Yeah. That's it. I guess my family time would be like having a hard cider with my mom. That'd be about it.
Yeah.
That's all you think of. That or...
And then I'm going to show up on your doorstep with a couple of gallons of whiskey.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'll try it.
But he may not like it. I was going to say, get a couple different kinds of whiskey, at least.
I would say I
generally
do not expect people to like the things that I like.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never
I
run
like
this
the cheap,
try.
nasty stuff that nobody else does.
Been meaning to try the
I still hate this section, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
White Russian as well. I've never
White Russians. I love White Russians.
I've still never had a White Russian.
Really?
I'm not super into mixed drinks, though.
I know them from the Big Lebowski, so I want to try it.
See, I liked them before I had even watched the Big Lebowski. They are really good.
They look good. It's
yeah.
like coffee, liquor, and vodka.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite
Kahlua
mixed
really...
drink is the Grasshopper.
My favorite one is...
Is it the Grasshopper mint?
Is that mint, James?
Grasshopper's kind of like mint chocolate.
My favorite one is eggnog and rum chata.
Yeah, rum chata.
I like rum chata.
Yeah. I like horchata.
I never tried it.
It's what rum chata is supposed to be rum mixed with, but it winds up being the worst of both.
See, I like rum chata. As I said, it goes really well with eggnog. That's all.
Sometime I'm going to, when you come out here, we are going to get a bottle of rum.
Or when I move to Wisconsin.
Going out to the good Mexican restaurant and getting good horchata.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What about moonshine? What do you think about moonshine? Like legal kind that you can actually get.
Legal kind. Okay, because I was gonna.
Yeah. I have a friend who makes moonshine, and it's really good. I've had the store-bought moonshine. It's just like, this is just colorless whiskey that's been mixed with something sweet.
Because it's got to be legal.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
it's got to be legal.
Exactly, because I was gonna say some moonshine can actually make you go blind. Because some people like to put bleach in it, don't they?
I think in Fallout 3,
at least nobody
I
know who makes it would ever do that.
No, I'm not saying most people would. I'm just saying some people put some weird ingredients in it because it's like it's the same thing as huffing paint.
Fallout 3, when you go to the hillbilly kind of area, their family moonshine recipe calls for battery acid.
Yeah, so...
yeah, but that's Fallout.
Yeah, I know it's different.
But
There are weirder things in Fallout.
No, I don't know. There's a lot of people do a lot of weird stuff, because you have to remember, people also huff paint.
Yeah, times are tough, I guess, when you can't get good alcohol, so you just kind of make whatever can get you.
The battery, exactly.
That's why there's people would have olives in martinis and why that's still a
Right.
thing. It's because martinis tasted terrible and they needed something to flavor it.
Right. I was gonna say
Prohibition.
sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. Sometimes you get a flaming Homer.
Yeah, it just takes a hodgepodge of many different things and then
Yeah.
having a cigarette butt to fall on it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't always appreciate The Simpsons because they obviously don't happen to understand religion nearly as much as they think they do. But when the
I
joke,
suppose it was the latter half, essentially when they wanted to be. I guess when they were trying to be
No.
more popular or whatever.
I was gonna say they started early. Like, it got a lot worse later on. Basically, I think once Family Guy came along, it got worse. But it was definitely there in the earlier seasons too. Like I binged The Simpsons recently for a while because it's like I remember Simpsons being funny. The first couple of seasons were great, and then I watched it and was like, oh goodness graciousness, what is all this?
They did have some good ones, like Protestant Heaven and Catholic Heaven.
Yeah,
The Protestants are all country club, and the Catholics are just the Mexicans, the Irish, and the Italians.
yeah,
Where the Irish beat each other up.
yeah.
And I think or was it the Italians that drank themselves into a drunken stupor? It's either the Italians or the Irish. They're both known for it.
Yeah, it's sad, but
I can say that because I have both ancestry, so I'm not being racist.
I do too. I had to think about it. I'm more of a mutt.
I'm mostly Irish, so
Yeah.
I can talk about drunken.
I
mean, that's not how my family works, but that's how my ancestors were. So.
right. I was gonna say I'm at least 50% Irish. I can tell you that much. And then my dad's side is mutt, with a lot of German.
Yeah, I have a tiny bit of German, but I think my grandmother's Scots-Irish.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know that, I don't know which relative, but apparently one of my relatives was a baron in Germany, so.
You can actually, I didn't know this, but you can actually join the Order of the Knights of Santiago, or the Order of St. James, but you have to be descended from royalty.
Oh.
From Spain, I think. So if you're related to a Spanish duke or count or baron or king or whatever, I think you can join them. But you need to have royal blood.
Right. I was gonna say, I definitely, as far as I'm aware, don't, so. You know.
I think someone did a history project where they showed that every single president was somehow descended from the royal family in England.
Huh. I'd be interested in that, actually.
I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did it so that like all these minute little things that they were somehow connected family-wise to the royal family in some way or form.
Yeah. Yes, she did that. So basically, yeah, as we find out that basically Plague Coon really likes Mona Coon. Oh, by the way, I was going to say, I know we haven't talked about Battleborn in a while, but apparently Battleborn went free to play some time ago.
Yep.
I mean, Battleborn.
Which means y'all are going to drag me into playing it, aren't you?
Oh, no, I'm not playing Battleborn.
I want to play it at the very least, just because I'm really I'm curious enough to at least download it and see how it is, due to the fact that it's like, well, you did so many buzzwords of the game, and I want to try it.
My guess would be it's a game that could have been really good, but it just didn't get the community it needed.
Yeah, it was their dream game, if I remember right, but it had a bad release time. Its characters were very similar to characters from other games. It's not even like remotely like Overwatch or
right,
or whatever else released around then. It's a completely different thing, but it's
more of a similar to a MOBA than Overwatch was.
It is. It's a nice mix, but it did not come out at the right time. And
it also had awful advertising, as we've discussed.
Yeah. Well, we probably don't need to do the thing because we mentioned it so much. In fact, we talk about Battleborn a lot, but just bottom line, did not have a good release date.
Right. No,
it's just an unfortunate time to release.
I was going to agree with you very much that we definitely do not need to bring it up like that ad again. I agree with you 100% on that. We've done it 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I love how we said the exact same thing again. Sorry.
I don't know if you ever heard of Evolved. Evolved went from mega hype, next best, biggest thing in terms of multiplayer to absolute dead. It is.
Just
I think it is.
The DLC killed
completely
it.
dead.
The DLC, yeah.
Well, I don't think it's just the DLC. I think the gameplay just got tiresome and just plays it anymore. I think people said it only takes 4 people to start a match, but I think it's still hard to find a full match, if I remember right.
Oh man, that is rough then.
Yeah.
Were they making Evolve 2? I can't remember.
They probably aren't. I would highly doubt they'd make a sequel to something that bombed badly, but who knows.
I'm gonna check Evolve 2. I think you're right. Evolve. No, I don't need evolution. Thank you. I mean, I'm not really too upset. That should have been something I would have expected. Yeah, I was gonna say that's been 2 years ago that came out now. Let's see, sales. As of May, it's been 2.5 million copies have been shipped. I don't know how much. You know.
As of right now, I think Evolved Stage 2 is free to play, and as of right now, or 35 minutes ago, 322 people were online in Evolved Stage 2.
Oh man.
At 24-hour peak, 695, and all-time peak, 51,000 people.
Oh,
that's
man.
all time.
Yeah, I know.
Since it went free to play.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. 2K's. I don't think 2K is going to have financial problems because Grand Theft Auto 5, but at the same time, it's like I'd be a little bit worried just because 2 games that flop that bad is not good.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're.
Borderlands 3 will save everything.
Maybe. I mean, if it's
Gearbox, yeah.
Gearbox is part of 2K though.
Yeah. Oh, was 2K involved with Evolve?
Yeah.
Oh, 2K hasn't been doing too good then.
No, that's what I'm saying, but
yeah, they're not doing so hot. Oh.
They also did the BioShocks, I think.
And 2K also owns Rockstar, so I think they're actually doing okay.
Yeah.
So it's more, I suppose it's more Gearbox's problem as opposed to 2K, the publishers. So the publisher's fine, it's just the devs that are in trouble.
Possibly. I mean, as of when Borderlands 2 first came out, it was 2K's best-selling game. And then GTA...
Oh, it probably still is, I think.
No, GTA 5.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Gearbox, not 2K. 2K
okay,
yeah. Yeah.
Aliens Colonial Marines is their best-selling game. What are you talking about?
I forgot about Aliens.
Yeah.
That was 2K. So was Duke Nukem. That was 2K as well.
Yeah, it was. I was gonna say.
Oof, it's hit and miss for them. It looks like.
So they take risks that don't always pay off. That's not a bad thing.
That's true. I was gonna say they've had a lot of risks. Let's go ahead and look because they did the Halo port as well, which was actually a really good Halo port, by the way.
Oh,
I thought the
Combat
port was
Evolved?
bad.
Yeah.
Combat Evolved was awesome.
That's what I'm saying. The Halo port was really good for PC.
The original.
Yeah.
Because the recent, I'm thinking of the remastered. The remastered one was the one that had a lot of bad troubles.
Right. It looks like they did a lot of the Half-Life DLCs, and then ported Half-Life to PS2.
There was a Half-Life on PS2.
Yeah, there was. They actually they added a new content for it too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Let's see. Then. Yeah, they didn't really have a hit for. They did the Brothers in Arms games. I haven't really heard anything about that though.
Yeah, I think those were FPSs. They were sort of like, which would have made them, I guess, kind of like the Medal of Honor Call of Duties when they were still doing World War II at the time. Yeah, and then as you said, Duke Nukem Forever, Aliens Colonial Marines, and then they acquired Homeworld, which I know a lot of people like Homeworld. I haven't really played it much. I own it, but I haven't played it. What about Homefront? Is that 2K as well?
It wasn't originally, but it might have been acquired when THQ died.
I forgot about THQ.
I know, I missed them.
Memories of LucasSoft. Was it LucasSoft? They did the Lucas, or no, yeah, I think it was LucasSoft or something. Which was Pandemic. Mm-hmm. They had their own video company. Pandemic was so cool. They had mercenaries.
It looks like Deep Silver acquired the rights, as far as I can tell. by the way.
For Homefront?
Yeah.
Who acquired the rights to Saints Row?
Deep Silver.
Oh, wow.
That one I knew actually. I told you there's a new Saints Row game coming out.
Well, it's
awesome.
not necessarily It's not necessarily.
Yeah,
Saints
it's
Row,
set. Let me correct
it's
myself.
in the same tone, I think.
It's a game set in the same universe as Saints Row. Pardon me.
And somewhat in the same style, but it's not gonna follow the same storyline or the same IP. It's
Actually,
something.
It is following the same storyline. It takes place after Gat Out of Hell, actually.
Really?
Yes.
It's if I can't play as crazy awesome Russian boss, I don't know if I care.
I mean, as I said, it is technically part of Saints Row because it does actually follow the timeline.
Oh, did they add more voices in 3? Because I only played 2, and in 2 it was either I think Asian voice, African American voice, Hispanic voice, or English.
You want
British?
Do you want to know the funny thing? They took voices out in 3. 2 had more.
It added new voices as well.
That's true. They had Zombie, which wasn't that funny.
Well, I liked Russian boss. Is the one I always played with.
Yeah.
In 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killian. Oh boy.
But no, as I
That's what I
said,
would like to be. I just want an Adidas tracksuit and put Russian boss on.
what about the Russian? This is gonna be a bad joke. I'm sorry. What about the Russian boss baby? Sorry.
Not that movie ever existed, and now I remember that it does exist.
Sorry.
It's not. I'm not so much like. I'm just disappointed, I guess would be the word.
To be fair,
it's not even. It's not like, oh, that's terrible, or like, oh, that's good. It's just. It's why.
From what I've read, it's not very good, but it's sold well because it's DreamWorks.
It's because people just go to see. That's it.
I know, which is a shame because the new Captain Underpants movie, also by DreamWorks, also looks awful.
I heard it's been pretty good though.
They're making a Captain Underpants movie.
Yes,
it's already out.
Is it?
Sure. Yeah, and I think people said it's pretty good.
I honestly kind of want to see that. I love that book series growing up.
Most people want to now because it's the nostalgia.
Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, this book series is still going on, by the way.
It's actually banned in a couple of schools, I think.
Yeah. Oh wow, the
Just
movie.
the
yeah.
gamer.
I was gonna say the movie did get decent. It looks like 84% Rotten Tomatoes, and I mean, Rotten Tomatoes isn't the end-all source anymore because Rotten Tomatoes has gotten a lot more lenient with their reviews lately. It seems.
Well, they don't review; they're just a compilation of reviews, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not. So, I mean, I would still say they're accurate. It's just they're just compiled different reviews.
I think that they pull from certain people though, and that's what I mean. It seems like the certain people happen to have been, you know.
I don't think they do that on purpose. That would be like some kind of grand lizard people rule the earth kind of conspiracy that Rotten Tomatoes wants specific films to look good.
I think they do, honestly, but maybe I am being a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we should shut them down because they gave whatever that Batman vs Superman a low grade.
No, that one deserved a low grade.
Oh, that's your opinion though, but maybe they drew from sources to make it look that way.
I still need
Can
to
you
see
prove
it.
that?
Alright, that's fair.
I've honestly heard that it was good.
I think it was good if you knew everything around it, or if you were a very big fanboy. But I guess from a critical perspective,
no, it was really
I'm a Batman fanboy.
It's really bad if you're a fanboy because Batman and Superman both kill people.
There's
Like
also
they've
they
never
also
done that
cast
before.
what's his name, Jesse Eisenberg, I think.
Batman.
His name.
I don't think Batman has since the 30s, after he stopped using guns. Because Batman used guns for a while.
Yeah, he still
He
killed
still
people.
has. He just feels guilty about it now.
He doesn't.
He still killed people.
I don't think he's done it intentionally either.
No, I think some he's actually killed. And well, I think in the first Dark Knight he intentionally didn't save Scarecrow.
Okay, comic book wise.
He didn't shoot him, but he just kind of conveniently didn't save him, if I remember right, and so he died. There's also
Scarecrow
the
didn't die.
Burton movie. I think in the Tim Burton movie, he put a bomb on a guy.
Okay,
and knocked
comic
over
book
him.
wise though, also Scarecrow didn't die.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's killed people in the comics.
Not since the 30s, I don't think.
No, I'm pretty sure some people he has killed.
At least not intentionally. Like even Ra's al Ghul, he tries to save, and Ra's al Ghul's a douche. Like I was gonna say, even when Joker was dying in Arkham City, He was like, you know, you dumbass, if you hadn't destroyed that elixir that was going to save you from your impending death, I would have given it to you. And he's like, oh shit, I fucked up, fam. I messed up real bad. But it might be alternate realities as well, honestly, John, because that's the plot of Injustice. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, alright, riddle me this. Maybe he doesn't kill them, but he does give them crippling brain damage for the amount of times he punches them in the head.
Yeah.
He's pretty alright with putting people in a vegetative state in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives. But hey, as long as he kill them.
No, you're exactly right. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. That reminds me of a comic. Let me,
Well, I mean, they made fun of it in the new Injustice game when he beat the crap out of a guard. He's like, okay, so you don't like killing people, but you're perfectly alright with traumatic brain injuries.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give him an answer. It's a perfect question. He doesn't answer it. He doesn't say yes or no. He just says, let's keep going.
Yeah. Oh, was that Injustice 2?
Which one was that one?
It was Injustice 2, yeah.
That just came out too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm working on getting this comic because you're exactly right. This comic just happens to do it just perfectly. Let's see. I don't mind the. I don't think there was a boss rush for you know, Spectre of Torment, which I actually appreciated. I don't mind boss rush, but it's not needed at the same time.
Yeah, I would have hated this.
I've gotten used to it because of Mega Man. Well, I'm going to post this in chat, John, and there we go. Because you're exactly right. By the way, for people that are interested, it's Hedgie Bits number 192. That's the comic we're looking at the moment.
Yeah, that was from the...
Doesn't look like my thing.
That was from the what you call it, the newest Batman game.
Yeah, it was. Arkham Knight, yeah.
You just drive around blowing up cars in his Batmobile, right?
Yeah, but it's non-lethal. So, I mean, I get where you're coming from. He doesn't kill them, but boy, does he sure make their life not fun. You're exactly right on that.
I don't know. That'd be kind of like, I'm the non-lethal gunman, and all I do is shoot people in the kneecaps. Like, well, I didn't kill them, but I've taken away their ability to walk for the rest of their life.
No, they can get... I know a good place in Skyrim. They can still be guards. I'm not sorry.
Outdated.
I'm not sorry. It is super outdated, but...
I already am sick enough. I don't need a headache.
I love puns, you know that.
That was not a pun.
Yeah,
That
that
was a
wasn't fun.
coincidence.
That was just bad.
So what you might say is it wasn't very punny.
Well, obviously it wasn't a pun.
Never mind. Oh. Man, I just want to finish this so we can get to Spectre of Torment, because Spectre of Torment I actually like a bit. I like Plague of Shadows, but I prefer Spectre of Torment due to the fact that it's not the same boss fight a second time. Or like the same level that time. They actually made new levels. They changed the bosses. They did a lot of things for Spectre of Torment, so I prefer it, honestly. I'm actually really glad we're almost done with this. Oh, I think I was going to complain more about Mega Man X6. I talked about off camera. So there's an armor piece that you have to go to, but you have to go over, you know, spikes. So basically you have to be intentionally damaged by an enemy. And then you also have to have the right piece. Like, there's these things called parts for Mega Man X6. And basically they help you out. There's a specific one where you have to have it double your invincibility frames. Because if you don't have it, you're going to die on the spikes. And as I said earlier, remember the part where if you get the parts from... Hold on 2 seconds. You get the parts from Reploids, by the way. So if that Reploid dies, you're screwed. By the way, Shovel Knight is waking up in the background, and I find that attention to detail pretty cute.
Why is Shovel Knight there?
This is going on at the same time as Shovel Knight's story. So basically, Shovel Knight came in. It's just a little bit of a different perspective. Shovel Knight's still the good guy. It's just there's two different stories going on at the same time. Shovel Knight fell on top of Spectre Knight as Spectre Knight came in to crash the party. So in order to make it a full 8 boss fight, they threw Shovel Knight in. Also to show continuity. So, yeah.
James, I think you've gotten me sick because my throat is actually feeling kind of like slightly sore right now, like for no reason.
I don't have a sore throat.
Oh no. Well, apparently Kevin's lame attempt at a joke actually physically got me sick.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Alright, I can't blame you for that.
Because I don't know where my throat's starting to get kind of like achy, but I don't feel anything. And the last thing I need is a cold in almost summer.
I'm gonna blame Marcus because it sounds, or whatever that horse's name is from Plague of Shadows, because it sounds like you're a little bit hoarse.
Oh my goodness. It's gonna evolve
Alright,
into pneumonia.
I'm muting Kevin. You know when to turn it back on.
Come
It's
on!
basically pneumonia now. A couple more bad ones and it's diphtheria.
Sorry. You kind of set me up for that one. Ugh. But yeah, we're almost done with this game, so that's a good thing. Oh, I can't remember what else I was gonna say. Something? Was the new South Park game any good? I don't really want to play them anymore after Stick of Truth, but I was just curious.
I forgot there even was the second one.
Yeah, I don't know if it even came out yet. Is Fractured Butthole out yet? James! Oh wow, he did mute me. Okay. I actually was not sure if he did. Alright.
Or maybe he did and it's just making it seem like he did.
Yeah, that's true too. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Okay, it's not out yet. It comes out this October. I also don't know if I would like it anyways, because it's not the same studio that made it as the first game. Because you know who made the original Stick of Truth, right?
I think it was 2K, right?
No, it's Obsidian.
Or, well, 2K published it, I think, and Obsidian made it?
Obsidian made it, yep.
Wow.
And it was Ubisoft, by the way, because it was originally THQ, and then THQ went out of business, which is a shame. I think that game would have actually made it so they hadn't gone out of business. Man, I miss THQ.
Yeah, were they?
So-
I'm thinking of other ones.
Oh, I guess Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight wins! I mean, they can't have the hero lose.
I mean, I'm watching this. I have to wonder if Shovel Knight is possible to beat.
I mean, technically, but technically, no.
Kev or John, what did Kevin just say? 'Cause I'm sure he responded to me.
He did mute me.
Actually, I kind of spaced out. You'd mentioned trying to beat Shovel Knight, and what's going through my mind is if there's no physical way to beat him, wouldn't that make him a Mary Sue?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of unbeatable bosses.
I mean, technically you beat him, it's just, you know, due to the fact that for continuity's sake, you can't have your main character lose. It would kind of create a plot hole.
All right, well, Pack's at bottom if he hasn't said it already.